fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The scent of pine and damp earth clung to the ribbon I held, Sophia's ribbon, a simple thing woven with threads of silver and sky blue, now stained with the metallic tang of fear. It was still faintly warm from her skin, a ghost of her presence that sent a tremor through my hand. I closed my fingers around it, the silk a fragile connection to a reality that felt increasingly distant. Moonlight painted the clearing in silver, a deceptive beauty that masked the horror unfolding before me. The sorceress Lyra stood bathed in the ethereal glow, her triumph radiating like a palpable heat. Her hands, long and elegant, tightened around Sophia's throat, the pressure visible in the strain of Sophia's neck. Dark magic swirled between them, not as a violent force, but as a seductive caress, tendrils of shadow weaving around Sophia's struggling form. It wasn't a brutal attack, it was refinement, a slow, deliberate claiming. Edward lay broken nearby, his usually gleaming armor dulled with dust and blood. His sword, Oathkeeper, lay useless at his side, a testament to Lyra's effortless power. He'd been the best of us, the strongest, and she disarmed him with a flick of her wrist. A wave of helpless fury washed over me, quickly followed by a chilling dread. Lyra turned, her lips curving into a slow, deliberate smile that ignited a fire deep within my gut. It wasn't a smile of joy, but of anticipation, of asterisk knowing. Her eyes, the color of storm clouds, met mine, and I felt a jolt, a strange resonance that had nothing to do with hatred and everything to do with recognition. It was unsettling, deeply so. "Shall we see how much you're willing to sacrifice, King Alaric?" Her voice was a silken whisper, carrying on the night air, yet it felt like a physical weight pressing down on my chest. It wasn't a question, but a challenge, a promise of pain. Her magic brushed against my skin, a hot, insistent pressure that stole my breath. It wasn't a burning sensation, but a thrumming, a vibration that resonated with something ancient and dormant within me, a power I'd spent my life suppressing. It felt familiar, disturbingly so. I clenched my jaw, fighting against the instinctive urge to yield, to respond asterisk. Sophia's small gasp tore through the silence, a fragile sound that shattered the fragile control I was clinging to. Her eyes, wide with terror, locked onto mine, a silent plea, a desperate hope. I had to do something, anything. My hand tightened on the hilt of my sword, Stormbringer, but the steel felt cold, distant, almost foreign in my grip. It was a weapon forged for righteous battles, for defending my kingdom, not for this. To strike now would be to risk everything. Lyra hadn't simply immobilized Sophia, she'd woven a shield of magic around her, a shield that would deflect any attack aimed at her and likely redirect it back at the source, meaning at me, or worse, at Sophia. To surrender might unleash a darkness I'd long suppressed, a hunger I hadn't known I possessed. A part of me, a primal, instinctive part, recognized Lyra, not as an enemy but as a counterpart, a mirror reflecting a side of myself I'd buried deep beneath layers of duty and responsibility, a side that craved power, that reveled in control, a side that found itself inexplicably drawn to asterisk or asterisk. I remembered the stories, the whispers of the old gods, of the shadow court, of beings who walked between worlds, wielding magic that could reshape reality. Lyra was one of them. And her gaze, it wasn't just assessing my strength, it was probing my soul, searching for the darkness within. "Don't," Sophia choked out, her voice barely a whisper. "Don't give in, Alaric." Her words were a lifeline, a reminder of what I was fighting for, but even as I clung to that thought, a treacherous voice whispered in the back of my mind. What if this isn't about saving Sophia? What if it's about claiming what is rightfully yours? The pressure of Lyra's magic intensified, and I felt a strange pull, a magnetic force drawing me closer to her. My muscles tensed, ready to spring into action, but my mind was paralyzed, caught in a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. Fear, anger, desperation, and something else, something dangerous, something alluring. "You've always been a cautious king, Alaric," Lyra purred, taking a step closer. "Afraid to embrace your true potential, afraid of the power that lies dormant within you. I can help you unlock it. Together, we could rule this world, reshape it in our image." Her hand reached out, her fingers brushing against my cheek. The touch was electric, sending shivers down my spine. I should recoil, should push her away, but I found myself leaning into it, drawn to the warmth of her skin, the intoxicating scent of night-blooming jasmine that clung to her. "What do you want?" I managed to rasp out, my voice strained. Lyra's smile widened, revealing a hint of something predatory. "Everything, my king, everything." She lowered her head, her lips hovering just inches from my ear. "And I believe you want me to." I closed my eyes, fighting against the rising tide of desire. This wasn't just about power or control or even Sophia. It was about something far more dangerous. It was about succumbing to a temptation that could destroy everything I held dear. But as Lyra's breath warmed my skin, I knew with a sickening certainty that I was losing the battle. The darkness within me was stirring, and it was hungry.